All right, we are at the Monumento de la Revolution. We're going up to the top. It's about 100 pesos or $5 a person. So let's go check it out.
One of the interesting things now about coming up here is that there's like almost no tourists, because obviously we know it's the middle of the pandemic, so it's almost like it's our like observation deck and viewing point up here, like it's like a private tour. This is the second observation deck I've been to in Mexico City. Last year I went to the Torre Latin America, which is in the historical center. This is a lot more unique because the Torre Latin America, it just feels like any observation deck in the United States. This one feels a lot more distinctly Mexican to me. So I say go to both, honestly. Two very different experiences. I wasn't really paying much attention to what they were saying about the history. Maybe we should have bought that guide for $1. I regret not buying it. We should read about this.
We're on the observation deck here, and yeah, it's a good view. Guess you can walk all the way around, get a 360 view of the city. We got El Centro right down behind me, and we're staying on the other side by Condesa. But yeah, we paid 240 pesos, which is $12 for three of us, so not bad. And we're the only ones here, so that alone is worth it. We've gone somewhere in Mexico City with no other people. That's rare.
Even when I was here on the weekend before, when there was a lot more people around, and I did see people coming up the elevator, this feels a lot more like distinctly Mexican. You know, John was mentioning that, but even with the tourists, you go to the historic center, there's always, American tourists from all over, but it just feels like this is a little bit more, I don't want to say forgotten, but I just don't think it's on the radar as much with the foreign tourists. So it's a bit of a different experience here. They don't speak much English, the workers, which is fine. I think it's a nice thing. It feels like more of a local or a Mexican kind of spot to visit. Okay, I did my research now, and I should have done this earlier. This was originally supposed to be the legislative palace for Porfirio Diaz, but because of the Mexican Revolution, it was never finished. So 25 years later, they made it a monument to the Mexican Revolution. So that's interesting. It wasn't supposed to be a monument, but they turned it into one. So I like that. It's very cool. This reminds me of walking inside the Statue of Liberty, these narrow, winding staircases. If you're claustrophobic, it can be a little bit intimidating. Oh wow, we had no idea it was this many steps. I know. Sure. Maybe. Demasiados tacos por top.
Did not expect that.
Okay, this is cool because you can see the mountains. You can see the mountains outside of the city, so I think that's great. You get a little perspective. You know what it reminds me of a little bit? I went to the top of one of the biggest buildings in downtown LA. You see the valley. Sort of similar vibes here, except there's no Hollywood sign.
We're at the top up here, and we just climb a bunch of stairs to get up here, but great 360 view. Just look at this. Pretty cool. that's it for the monument. Very good deal for 80 pesos. 100 if you come by yourself. So yeah, come check it out. You guys like it?
Yeah, it was cool. 2-bar thumbs up.
All right. Thanks for watching, and check out my other Mexico videos.